This portion of the program is brought to you by NCA National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645. In my ear, Belle said something hilarious. Belle, tell everybody what you said.
Are you asking me to actually say what I told you?
I don't care. Say it. I don't care.
No, if you're not,
I'm not offended by it.
If you're not asking as the show leader and the guy who,
I think it would be right for you to say, because I think a vast majority of the audience, minus a few loud ones, understand. Do it. Say it.
Some of our audience is really retarded.
Yeah. The insanity of, because we've been talking about, obviously, the Epstein stuff. We're talking about the Andy Ogle's going, I'm going to investigate gay stuff on the Super Bowl. Blah. You know what's funny is everybody's screaming and yelling about this, the halftime show. Oh, it was dirty, it was this, that, and the other, it was all the things. And nobody speaks any Spanish, right? But they're all upset about it. At the same time as Trump, types out the other night and bring back the old kickoff rules. Which he's really got. He didn't like the new kickoff. I like the new kickoff rules. But, yeah, bring that back because we like watching guys eventually have mashed potatoes for brains in 10 years. The selective outrage is insane. It is. It's absolutely insane.
Got to protect my team.
Yeah, got to protect my team. Stop with the team stuff. Our whole thing is I care about facts. Not just facts from wherever that I went to Breitbart, or I went to Fox, and this is what they told me. Well, if you maybe thought that there's some other things, don't you want to maybe just double check? Like challenge yourself a little bit? I mean,
No, I want to be mad at the other guys.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And that's exactly what it is. And my thing is, I just want the truth, and you said you were going to do something, and, like with the whole thing with Epstein. You said you were going to do this. I didn't say you were going to do it. In fact, for a couple years, I thought the Epstein stuff was ridiculous. Especially, really it happened after the whole, was it Comet Pizza?
Pizzagate.
Yeah, the Pizzagate thing. The guy shows up there and shoots up the pizza place. And I thought, oh, God, the insane knuckleheads. But that being said, the more that came out, the more I was like, oh. And then you out there in the podcast world started running with it. And then this administration, before this became this administration, was everywhere talking about it.
Well, but then Trump found out it was a hoax.
Well, everything's a hoax. If I don't like it, it's a hoax. And then you put Pam Bondi out there. Let's listen to some of Pam Bondi. She's just great. First of all, let's just take Pam, this whole thing with Epstein out of it, right? Because, she's a hot mess. But she's a hot mess before this, right? She's a hot mess before the Epstein insanity. So she has fought with everybody she can today. She starts the entire hearing off talking about the Dow Jones. Okay? That I get the Dow is important. I get we want to be successful. I get all of that. But that's not why we're here.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan.
Committee. That has nothing to do why we're here. We're here today because this administration promised to be as transparent as anybody, that they were going to take care of this finally, and you guys have all failed. And then you lied. Kash Patel said there was no co-conspirators, none of that. It took Massey, who's the only one with cojones, and Ro Khanna to come out and say, we found a co-conspirator. which you guys already acknowledged was a co-conspirator.
Your government will lie to you whenever it's convenient.
Yes. So I just wanted to, you want me to believe you till it's inconvenient for you that you're going to do all these things, but then to have more trust in you for other things that you're going to tell me. I'm not feeling like that's something I want to do. I'm sorry. I have little girls. I'd lose my blanket mind. I went through hell as a child. Like you could not believe. Yeah, so this hits home. And you know what? People out there that went and had Trump and J.D. Vance on their podcast, who did interviews with them, who had Kash Patel and all these people saying, we're going to get to the bottom of this. They're asking serious questions about this administration. And they have every right to.
Why is the White House protecting pedophiles? I just don't understand it, Ro. I can get it through my head why we would protect pedophiles. We have a pedophile problem in this country, and nobody's doing anything about it in government except you and Thomas Massey. What the fuck is going on? Is everybody in government a pedophile now? What the fuck is happening?
Well, I don't understand who they're trying to protect, because I keep saying it's not about Trump. There's so many people, Democrats, Republicans, who were involved in all of this. Just release the files.
That's it. As you were supposed to, by law, which you haven't done. Today, I thought one of the most powerful things is when she wasn't screaming at everybody, and they were screaming back at her because these things are a farce. They asked all the women, there's a bunch of women in there that are in there, and they all stood up and they said, how many of you have been interviewed by the Department of Justice? Nobody raised their hand. You don't think that's weird? Right?
Well, and once they discovered it was all a hoax, there was no need.
Yeah. Once they called it a hoax. Once it was it's not real. Like the guy said it's not real, so it can't be real. Affordability's not real. None of it's, no. Why are you protecting? What is it? I'm calling out the right because they should be called out the left. You failed. You guys suck at this. You suck at this. You're horrible. That's why you're not in charge of anything. You guys are about as popular as gonorrhea. So I'm curious as to now you're in charge. So you said you were going to do this. You should be held accountable in doing these things. Why aren't you? You've got a guy that is your Secretary of Commerce that what? That said, no, I met with him once and he was gross and I'm never going to do that again. And then he did it again. Took his family. We should call out these people. I've said from the beginning, I don't think Trump did anything untoward, but he's protecting people. And to me, I'm not a fan of that. Sorry. And I don't think Clinton did anything untoward to young kids. And I don't care what happens to either. If they did something wrong, I think we can all agree, well, you should pay for it, right? Or should you be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, as long as you add some sort of value to my political team? No. We should have serious conversations about, we want to hold people accountable. You want to talk about law and order. You want to talk about justice. Then this is what you should be doing. And some of you will text in and you'll say, where were their parents? What parents? Many of them were ne'er-do-wells, kids that were just kind of in foster care, maybe had a mom, maybe none of it, living with their aunt. It's like there's a reason that serial killers go after people that nobody cares about, because they don't really look for people who kill people that nobody cares about. There's a reason for that. It's the same thing here. You find a young 12 or 13-year-old who's got nothing, right, and is in her fifth foster home, and you dazzle them with free stuff and goodies, and then what? Tell them if you don't do what I ask, you pay the price.
I don't understand. I cannot. I got really pissed off at the Democrat Party because the maps, the minor attracted persons, before Trump came into office, we talked about it all the time. Now, I mean, why are we protecting? Why is the White House protecting pedophiles? Why is the White House protecting pedophiles?
Somebody just asked me, if you had to choose between Biden, Trump, or Kamala, I'd pick Trump. But it doesn't mean because you pick somebody, well, they can just not be held accountable or not do what they said they were going to do. Duh. Trump was the easy choice. So, but I was also told that you're going to do all of these things. You've got everything in your possession. You have fumbled this from the beginning. From handing out those binders, which was so just awful, to going on TV, old Dan Bongino there, who's trying his way. I was like, I'm here. You guys better watch out. I'm back for America. I'm all that. Yeah, and everybody's like, nobody buys it, dude. Nobody does. He killed himself. Did he? Isn't it weird that the Nest cameras can pick up all of the things that are going on in front of Nancy Guthrie's house? And the cameras inside the jail, everybody fell asleep and the cameras don't work. Nobody buys anymore. And all people are asking for is accountability. That we were told we were going to get. And damn it, we should get that stuff. If that's what you're... Because otherwise, if you're out there saying, we care about the children, we care about this, it's all about that, it's, oh my God, we can't have this book in school, we can't do this, we can't... And yet, at the same time, when there's actual real issues that like this need to be addressed, because remember, he may be dead, but there's plenty other out there, and not all of them are 90 like Les Wexner. So, and the women, well, outside of Virginia Giuffre, they seem to all be alive. So, yeah, I think it's a fair thing that we hold people accountable. Absolutely. 100%. Because you said you were going to do this. And you want us to believe you in other stuff? Then do what you said you were going to do. And get rid of Pam Bondi. Get rid of Kash Patel. Hire competent people. Those are, I think, by the way, take this even out of it with Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, this stuff. They were swinging and missing every day in so many ways. All right, coming up, White Woman Wednesday. Now, this one, okay, I have saved some of the best for last for White Woman Wednesday before we do One Hit Wonder Wednesday. Kylie on this one is, Ken's going to, everybody gather around your radio. That's what I'm going to tell you on this one. You guys are going to want to take notes of insanity because what is coming is going to make you both infuriate and laugh while you listen. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Kids. Are you guys ready for some craziness from Kylie?
Lay it on us.
All right. Remember the whole thing? Who would you rather be in the forest with? A white man or a bear? Let's do the same thing with an immigrant.
Given the choice, I would rather be trapped in a room with an immigrant of any racial background rather than a white American man. The reason why is because white American men grow up with a sense of entitlement that the entire world revolves around them. Both times that I have experienced assault in my past have been at the hands of white men, and of course the justice system did absolutely nothing to protect victims. Of course.
Remember, both times. Because as we always talk about with her, right? Like, she's always been there. I'm not saying that didn't happen.
It's too bad if it did.
Yeah, absolutely. And there should be justice.
And there should be.
Because you know what? Kylie drives us crazy, but we love her and we protect her rights to be crazy and have fun and say wacky stuff. Continue.
The thing that bothers me the most about this xenophobia is the fact that most immigrants are coming to the United States to make a better life for themselves. They are escaping persecution. They are not here to grape white women or to assault American citizens or bring crime, as Trump and the other conservatives say. And in fact, the people who I fear more than anything are absolutely white men, and as is evidenced in the Epstein files, or just even if you open an American history textbook. And the projection is insane. They are always looking for someone to blame, which is, of course, why Laken Riley's case, may she rest in peace, has gotten so popular. Because in the very rare instance that a brown man does pop out of the bushes and assault a white woman, it is now national news and her name is living on forever. Because again, it's so rare that events like this happen. Immigrants are not here to bring crime. They are beautiful, amazing human beings. And if we're going to be honest, throughout history, the true criminals have been white men. Peace and love.
That's it. I remember when I was reading the raping of Nanking, when Japan went in there to China, and I thought, white men, can't believe you guys did this again. Do you guys remember that? Remember that when that happened? You did? Remember when Pol Pot did what he did? For those of you guys out there a little slower, Cambodia, Pol Pot.
Yeah, he was real white.
Yeah, that guy was so crazy. He could haunt a room. That's how white he was. Can't believe that. I cannot believe you, Pol Pot. Guys are insane. Always. It's like it's the whole, like, I would rather be alone with a bear. How many bears do you know, right? You walk by 100 men a day. You walk by 100 bears a day. You know what's not going to happen? You're not going to walk by 100 bears a day. Because at some point in time, the bear's going to say, no, I'm going to see what this is all about. I'm going to investigate.
I wonder if it was an immigrant who stole her coat.
No, couldn't have been. And if it was, you know what? He had every right to do that because of her colonial oppression.
That's right.
Because when you colonially oppress people, you know what you get. Yeah, she did some Bad Bunny stuff. I got to make sure there's no cursing in this because, she does tend to curse every once in a while.
She got a bit of a potty mouth.
She does. Okay, I think I got it all. Ladies and gentlemen, Bad Bunny, how did you feel about it?
It was such a genuinely beautiful performance by Bad Bunny, and I literally want to cry. And this is what conservatives are so afraid of. It's dance and music and culture and people coming together to protect each other. A culture so strong that literally seeing two white chairs is evoking the same sense of emotion in all of these people. And it is so beautiful. It is something that white people will never have. And that is why they try to squash any semblance of that. So yes, conservatives can have their weird Turning Point USA halftime show, which, by the way, I don't think anybody watched that, while everybody else is celebrating this beautiful and amazing culture and bringing people together, because that is what America, in theory, is supposed to be about. And so the fact that the NFL chose Kendrick Lamar last year and this year Bad Bunny, I am so genuinely happy to see these political statements being made through art and on such a massive scale. Even a lot of the commercials this year have been very much highlighting the experiences of different people from different backgrounds. You didn't get to see it? Please go watch the performance by Bad Bunny. ICE, and remember to seek out community during this time, and this performance was a beautiful reminder of that.
I am going to seek out community. I am going to do it right now. I'm seeking it out, community. Goodness me. I only want to be alone with immigrants.
I want to see her in a group setting. I think it would be very
I bet when she
interesting.
walks away, her friends go, God, she's exhausting. We're just trying to eat sushi, and somebody suggested going to Benihana's, and she's like, cultural appropriation. Oh, white people have no culture. That is our culture. We have no culture. That's our thing. You're right, though, Ken. I bet she is exhausting. I bet you we just wanted to see a movie and have, why didn't you invite me tonight? Because you drive us crazy. Yeah. We want to like you, Kylie. We do. But, not everything's oppression.
This movie didn't have enough racial representation in it. I couldn't enjoy it.
I know. It's like, God. I
needed a Lithuanian to appear.
I know. A lesbian Lithuanian that happens to be transgender. But thank God they're not on television. Coming up, kids, it is it's very interesting. It's One Hit Wonder Wednesday. And all of us have very unique one-hit wonders today. Mine comes from the 80s, but it wasn't a hit until a few years ago here in America. Bells was a hit, but I love the song, but it's got probably the most misheard lyric of all time. And Ken's, I'll give you guys a hint, Roadhouse, but not. Chad Benson, Super Talk, 997. I'm like, thanks, hon. You're a good person. Sports of the Programmers brought to you by, hold on, I got one of these things to read. Ready for this? I don't know what the hell the damn thing is.
I'm just going to stay out of the way.
Powered by NCA, National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. Selections number 645. We're talking about droopy eyes in here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice your eyes. It was the yawn.
The newscasters, they do the they do the preparation nature they used to, right?
Yes, that's right.
All right, they tighten that thing up. Whatever thing that you might be tightening.
Would you do
Eye bags.
Yeah, eye bags.
Would you do Botox or would you do anything like that?
I mean, I've long said I'll try anything once.
Well, that's good.
With, maybe a few exceptions.
So, but would you? I mean, I've never.
Botox. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I would inject my. I mean, isn't Botox like?
It's just it's bee stuff.
I don't know that I would inject my. I mean, it depends on what we're talking about, I suppose.
Yeah.
What am I injecting? And where?
Well, that's just it. Like, where would you? Like, if you could do, would you go under the knife?
I don't like. Oh,
wow.
Pardon me. I got a little,
maybe you get you one of those blue chews.
Little Mike Viagra. I was telling Chad because I've got the bags under the eyes, and so I get the question, "Oh, are you tired a lot?" And it's a question that just delights me because I get
you yawned
all the time.
That's why it was.
Did I? I didn't recognize.
Like, are we boring you, sir? You got 4 more hours of this. So you better wake up.
Yeah, no, we'll wake up. We got a big show.
What are you talking about?
I'm not really sure yet.
You know that we closed down the airspace for 10 days or 8 minutes, whichever came first?
What?
In El Paso?
Why'd we do that?
We closed down the airspace today for 10 days, they said originally, because of they closed it to everything. No in, no out, nothing. And then about 3 hours later, it's open.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, apparently maybe
they found what they were looking for.
A breach of drones.
Uh-huh.
And, was it cartels? Did we shoot them down? Did we not? So it's kind of vague.
I happen to catch I agree with you on the drone. I have not watched a lot of the Olympics, but it's on. He's watching some of it. And from what I have watched, the drones are pretty cool.
The Axios today, front page of the thing is, this is the drone Olympics because of how people are so impressed.
Oh, no, the luge? Come on.
Oh, that is so much fun.
I feel like I'm right there on the luge.
And I love the fact that it gets to a certain point and it turns around.
It veers off, right? So it's got and clearly that's computer programmed, right? I mean, there's not a guy operating it, I would think.
It's probably some weird AI.
Yeah, I mean, I would feel that way. Because if a guy's operating it, he's going to crash right into the guy on the luge, and then there's a problem.
I wonder what would happen, because I know in sports, like if you punt the ball and you hit the thing, they make you do it all over again. If that was to happen, because last Olympics, somebody, one of the sweepers dropped one of the brooms and it hit the guy, and they let him go back over and start over again, obviously, because you're not expecting, to get hit on the luge by a broom.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, I would think you would let him go again.
I would think so. And by the way, the AI stuff, we didn't get to it today, but did you see the guy for Anthropic, who is their big, he's their ethics and safety guy? Mm-hmm. He said, I quit. I'm going to go write poetry, and good luck with what's coming.
Oh, what's coming?
He just said, I'm writing poetry. That's okay. They kept asking him. He said, I'm just going to go write poetry.
The end of the world is coming.
That's what I think he was kind of intimating at.
But since I've been alive, people have been telling me that the end of the world is coming. So,
well, as we know it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I feel fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do. You're feeling good. I'm feeling good about the world.
None of us get out of this alive, y'all.
No.
Y'all right? Y'all know that, right?
No, none of us do.
Nobody wants to recognize that you're going to be the obituary at some point, but you will, and that's okay.
Unless you're
that's a part of it.
Was it Xi and Putin when they were walking? They caught him talking about, we just go and we just take their organs out and give them to me. Oh, I should totally do that.
What?
That seems normal.
I'm not giving my organs to anyone.
That's an interesting thing though. The AI. He was just like, I'm good. I'm just going to go write poetry and just hang out with my family.
Well, but why wouldn't he go ahead and tell us what's up?
Probably because he has an NDA where he can't talk about anything whatsoever.
Anytime somebody, I'm beginning to believe this, and I am a contrarian by heart, but all of this, I know all of this information, and I would tell you, and it's awful information, and everybody needs to know it, but I've got an NDA.
Well, the last thing he wants to do if the world's coming to an end is spend the last 5 years of his life in court.
I mean, right? I just don't. I mean, and look, it's a more serious matter, but on the Epstein stuff, I asked the question the other day. There are multimillionaires that are on record as saying that they would publicly defend anyone. They would pay for the defense of anyone that would come forward with names of individuals that are known to be pedophiles and that were associated with Jeffrey Epstein. Yet still, all of these people that are demanding that this information be made public and claim they have information aren't making it public. And I don't understand that.
Well, who are you going to go after? Why
won't the women who say that they're victims and they know the people, why don't they say who they are?
Some of them have, some of them haven't. Like
But
Les Wexner was one of those ones, and now we know that that's out there, and he was a co-conspirator.
I want all of them. I want all of them out there.
Shouldn't it be the DOJ going after him criminally?
No. These people say they want the names out there. Put the names out there.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
But they said that, but they won't.
Well, what